Hi, friends. We're back again. Turnabout Sisters Day 2, Trial. This one is split up into investigations and trial, unlike that first one, which was just a trial, getting you through that. So you guys got to see a little bit of investigation, and now it's back to the courtroom, where Mia says that we will strike fear in the hearts of evil. If, her words to Maya are to be taken. So, let's do it. Let's strike fear in the hearts of evil. Here we go. The court is now in session for the trial of Ms. Maya Fay. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Oh yeah, also Edgeworth. Meet Edgeworth. Here he is. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder. And we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. You may call... I think that's supposed to be the judge talking. You may call your first witness. The prosecution calls the chief officer of the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir! My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. I'm still trying to figure out his voice now. It'll take a while to get into it. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. What a mess. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Oh, I'm sorry, that was Edgeworth. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Ms. Maya Fay, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Here's the testimonies again. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fay, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Hey, he knows who I am now. He's not calling me Larry Butts. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fay. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fay at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give it a try. Alright, so now we're going to get into pressing the witness, where before we were just presenting. Something the matter? You didn't see the... You know what? I wonder if Edgeworth saw it. No, Your Honor, I'd like to begin my cross-examination. I feel like that would be a problem. Oh well. Alright, press on every detail, huh? Let's do it. Who did you say you got a call from? Hey pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene. Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right, please continue. Maybe that was a hint to say, like, don't press everything? Yeah, because I know that I was there. It probably sounds stupid pressing here. Also, if you notice, there is a Y with a microphone again next to press, so you can actually shout, hold it, into the microphone. I immediately arrested Miss Mayafe. Yes, I saw that happen. We had a witness account describing her. Okay, the witness saw Miss Mayafe at the very moment of the murder. Okay, that's the problem. Even the judge had something to say about that. So let's press that way. Hold on just 1 second. Also, fun fact. If you know Sam Riegel, he is the voice of Phoenix Wright. I think he's the voice of Phoenix Wright in these games, too. He's at least the current voice of Phoenix Wright, but just a fun fact there. Sam Riegel is on Critical Role. Yeah, he's his voice. Hold on just 1 second. I'm not going to match his voice. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about the suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Her hair is pink, isn't it? Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Gah! Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. So after you press, and it's a correct thing to press, they will either adjust their testimony, or they will give an entire new testimony, like he's doing right now. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I love him. I know. I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. So, he's investigating. There's the memo. We saw this memo. We can't really deny that. It is written clearly in blood. Fun fact, in the Japanese version of this, I mean, they had to, like, translate everything, even the little memos. So, obviously, in the Japanese version of it, it doesn't say Maya in English. Continuing on, the blood was the victim's. There's blood found on the victim's finger, so she wrote the killer's name. I don't like this sentence. This is a bad sentence for my client. Also, I believe I have evidence to the contrary, but I'm going to press it first. It's always good to press before you present, just so that you don't mess up. If you see those exclamation points in the top right corner, those are like strikes. I only get 5 strikes before I lose the case. So, let's press it. Hold it! Detective Gumshoe. Do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? That's a good question. Sure, happens all the time in books and the movies. This isn't a movie, Detective. Oof. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess. I haven't heard of many cases, no. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister? Ah, yes, actually, you got a point, pal. Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order, order. That didn't go so well. That's right. What he said. Okay. I still disagree. Very much so. So let's make sure that I can actually present this. Let's see if I'm right. I will know that I'm right if the music stops. I learned that trick. Objection! There it is. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But... no butting your way out of this one, detective. Order, order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately would not have the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? Was it the day of the murder? Or the day after the murder? Oh, it was after. Because it was whenever I barely slept. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being... that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. He's so smug. I see! Darn it, Edgeworth! I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? No, I don't want to say any of these! I don't... What? No, I don't like any of these choices. Fine, you know what? Phoenix was talking about how he heard rumors of forged evidence and stuff in the last part, so sure, you're a sham, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. I mean, that's fair. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will. The evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Yay! Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. I almost said confusion, which, I mean, also that. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Hello. Witness, your name, please. April May, at your service. Wink. I didn't think I should read that, but I mean that works too. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Aw, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in the court. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was, like, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices.
That's right, big boy.
Oh, brother. Please testify to the court about what you saw. We're gonna get her off the stand as quickly as possible.
It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know? And then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy.
Wink. Well, Your Honor, I see. This is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any... Wait, Your Honor! Yes, Mr. Wright. What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Man, dude. Hey, how dare you! Don't speak ill of the dead. You're a jerk. Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yes, I'm cross-examining the witness. That's like being like, well, will you fight the boss? In any other video games. Like, yes, if that moves me forward in the game and makes me win, yes, please, thank you. I will save the princess, or whatever. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination, if only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay, I don't want to press too much here, because I don't think that Edgeworth will have it. So let's I don't know. Let's get some more details here. I do know something that's coming, so I'm trying to kind of lead to that, but again, it's been a while since I've played this, and I only played this maybe once or twice. She dodged. Dodged what? Well, the attack. Please continue your testimony. Oh, okay. I guess that's it. The girl caught up to her and hit her. Okay, get some more details here. How do you know it was my client? Huh? Well, gee. First of all, she had the girl's physique. And secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her? Well, I question your testimony, but I don't really have anything to back it up, so I guess I'm bluffing. Hold on a minute, that testimony stinks. What? I don't like this. I don't like this predicament I found myself in. Okay, so the point of this thing here is it's showing you where you can see through the window, so I'm trying to see if, in fact, she didn't see anything. I'll just flat out, I won't be specific about it, I'm just going to flat out accuse her of lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Ooh. She reacted. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless. About this, I mean.
Okay.
If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique.
Oh. Okay, so sometimes the logic of the game, it helps you. It does it for you. You might have one thing in mind, it might have another thing in mind. In this case, I was a little ahead of the game. I'll get there. I think. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. Desk slam. What do you say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise.
Wink. Your testimony again, if you would. I almost had her. Okay. Take two.
I did see everything, I did! The victim and the woman dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. That clock. The kind of statue-y clock, the thinker, I think? Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Tee?
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. Yeah, I've got her now. So sometimes it's pressing to get a testimony that makes them make a mistake. Kind of like Maya's note said. Because if you recall earlier, Phoenix actually mentioned the fact that they were still referring to this as a statue. So I'm going to present the statue. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing?
You'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer? You just said that the statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Hey, throwback. Order, order. Miss May, can you explain how you knew this was a clock?
Oh.
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. What? No! But questions are all I have, Your Honor. I mean, that sounds a little desperate, but yeah, it's true. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. That was one time, Phoenix. Don't get on off your high horse here. Shrink your head a little bit. Yeah, thank you. Well, only once. He's not impressed. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Whew, that was close. If you'd stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time.
So you've been to the law offices of Fane Co.
No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard from my hotel room.
The law offices of Fane Co. where the murder took place are very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
No, I am not.
No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because she could not have heard it. Oh, it couldn't have rung. I'm going to be more specific because it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly... Just have a look as soon as you can. Oh! See anything interesting, Your Honor? It's as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar.
Fat?
Well, Miss May. Oh, Edgeworth has something to say. Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty, somehow. He knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. Wait a second. Oh, it said in the evidence that the clock's gears have been removed. Okay, I was basing it off something else. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Yes, I can. Don't you shake your head at me. Ho, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. Not bluffing this time, Edgeworth. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... Take that! Take a look at this. It's a very cute cell phone.
Oh, you have a girly phone.
Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order. The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it? Detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. My heart goes out to you, Edgeworth. Not. My heart does go out to Gumshoe, though. Poor guy. Let's hear the conversation. Hey, it's our familiar phone conversation. I'll just let it play. Your Honor, I think this recording makes it clear that the clockwork was already gone. And this was recorded in the morning before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that the weapon was a clock?
Isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink.
So the witness has seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright?
Yes! She's just tangling a web of lies here. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. We all know really what's going on here. We know where that clock came from. It was made by Larry Butts. It does not come in stores. It's simple. This clock was never in any store ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh? Excuse is not on sale today. Oh. What's it do, you porcupine head? That's just uncalled for. That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Wow. Calm down.
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Oh? Oh. So silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did. Tee!
Wink.
Scary.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know that the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Alright, this is it! Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because...
Did she do it? Guys, is she the murderer? All along?
She would have... If she was the murderer, she would have had to get back to that hotel really fast. Because remember, we heard her screaming from the window. When we were there. Yeah, no, she heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. I'm trying to, pause a little bit to let you guys do some guesses, too. But, However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. Desk slam. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. Have you been wondering when we're going to use this? Have a look at this.
Ah! Oh! That?
I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Fay's phone. Were you not? That was... The words of that were scrambled in a weird way. Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. Ha-ha! Take that, Edgeworth. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it is not, you'll still have wow, I'm so sorry. You still have to prove one thing. The excitement, man, it's getting to me. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. We just had a recorded conversation, man. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? I love the back and forth here. Doing their faces. Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is, once again, the phone. Recorded conversation. I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. I love how it's gotten super quiet now. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. It's so eerily quiet. Bring the music back. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Objection!
Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. La la. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May! Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer! She looks terrifying. It's not fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal with the final blow. Again, we know who did it. Also, I forgot, the clip showed who did it, so we know it wasn't her. Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping or irrelevant? She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of speech, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Ha! I'd like to see her pull that off. Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil, evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Ah, she read my mind. She's good. Well, you're not the first man who's thought of that, and of course I can and will. You can't be serious. No way! Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so, the killing happened around 9 that night? Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee. Ice coffee. Think I'm making it up? Ask the bellboy. Wink. Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. So where does that leave us? It is my greatest pleasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. So she said she ordered it from the bellboy. I don't think anything's gonna happen if we continue cross-examining Miss May. I think we've done what we can with her. The bellboy will be able to confirm her story and maybe talk about when she came in and when she left and stuff like that. I'm talking this out for your sake. Again, I know most of how this trial goes. I don't know the bits and pieces in between, but I'm pretty certain that calling the bellboy is the way to get the information that I'm waiting for, the specific information that I need. So I would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious there, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I think you've sunken quite low enough already.
I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition. Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy. Then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, and thus she is innocent. Therefore, you must accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. Wow. I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony, otherwise Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? I hate it when it gives you this, like, ultimatum stuff going on here. Accept the condition. Alright, I've got nothing to lose. Except for, well, everything. Understood, I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. What? Wait. Very well! This court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. They get witnesses on the stand really quickly, by the way. It's just like, he's right there. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That, she said, looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony, or he can just set it down. Very good, sir. Miss May's room service. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready, I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved in the murder now, Maya will be finished. Alright. That's great information. I don't care. Okay, on the dot, kind of weird. Let's talk about this. 9 o'clock on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, so... 9 o'clock, the time of the murder. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. Precisely 9 o'clock, then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, teehee, I like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9 o'clock, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? Unless she knew about the murder. I needed an alibi. You are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. Very endearing. How come you're so very certain? Oh. Well, when I brought her the room service, sir, she, the guest, sir, favored me with a, embarrasser, sir. Embarrasser? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir, but not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. He's smitten. Why would you have done that?
I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never, ever forget, sir.
Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen. Always protest. Never give up. Always protest. Worst that can happen is they take away an exclamation mark. Wait, please wait. Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him? What? Those are three really random... I know what I need to get him to tell me. Because I know the punchline here. He was just talking about room service. Let's keep going. Let's tell me again about our room service. That's not right. I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303 and 79. The guest had requested iced coffee, $18 for the charge, as I recall. I don't know, maybe this will be helpful. I see. Wait. Yeah, maybe this will be helpful. That's a lot. $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive? Yes, well, iced coffee for two, you know, and we don't skimp on the ice, sir. There it is. That's what I wanted. What did he say? I was getting nervous there for a second. What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room? I object. That was objectionable. I think now he's getting desperate. Objectionable. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite, indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who told you not to say anything. He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. You fool. I've done it. I've won! Don't count your chickens there, Phoenix. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In this new light, I hold that it is impossible to judge the defendant. You agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Who is this other person? Simple. It was... the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of another man from this court. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough! The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. Well, I've made Edgeworth mad. That's nice. He's like gasping. Yikes. Mr. Wright! You were amazing in there! Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know? Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool, too. Huh? That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, it sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well, no. I don't think so, not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May? He's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir! I'm going to find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis. Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that got left on the record. Let's see what that one part is. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. The victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to get her free. To be continued. I am once again going to save, and I guess that's it for today's part. So, again, chasing my tail a little bit, but I think that I'm getting into the swing of things again. And like I said, because I know a lot about the case and the punchline and all that stuff, I kind of know where it's headed. Like, I knew I had to get that bellboy to say that there was another person present. I knew that I had to, get her talking about the wiretap and all that stuff. Of course, the wiretap was something that we already found, but the other person was the main thing. I knew that today's court scene was all about finding that second person. So hopefully next time we will investigate a little further, maybe talk to Miss May in the detention center, as Phoenix has implied, and solve this case. I know that I at least have 2 more parts left of this. You can kind of tell, because there is going to be another investigation portion and another trial portion, because of course Maya is not free yet. There has not been a not guilty verdict. But yeah, that's it, and we've met Edgeworth, so congratulations on meeting Edgeworth. We'll get to see a little bit more of him in the 4th part as well. Still figuring out voices, still figuring out everything, but I think I'm pretty smooth on that as well. Him and Maya and Nick and the judge. I will start calling I'm trying to call Phoenix so that for you guys' sake, but he is very consistently called Nick soon enough. I guess it hasn't really started yet. So anyway, before I ramble on incessantly, I'm going to stop it there. So tune in next time. Hope you've been enjoying. Hope you continue to enjoy. There's probably 2 more parts of this particular case, and we're making our way through. We're making our way through the game, and it's been fun to revisit this case because I haven't played it in a while, and it's fun to kind of reintroduce characters that I know, like Gumshoe and Edgeworth. It's fun to see that first introduction to them that I don't really ever see again because I play later cases. So I'm having fun too. All right. Talk to you guys next time.